Jake Slebodnick standing here with Jess Houser, the first ever coach for the newly formed River Valley Panthers. And our interview with Coach Houser brought to you by IRMC at Chestnut Ridge. Better health, better life. Remember, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, off Old Route 22 in Blairsville, next to the Chestnut Ridge Golf Resort and Conference Center. Serving in southern Indiana County, Westmoreland, and Cambria counties since 2009. And Coach, big plate on tap for you this season. Brand new coaching job, first ever coaching job for varsity football, and with a new school. Just what's your overall reaction to everything that's going on?
Excited, a little overwhelmed, but we got 53 players on the roster, so we should put a good team together with that.
Now the players, that's not the most easy. Most of these coaches come in, they already have a developed roster, but you have to merge two of the rosters from Blairsville and Salzburg. Was that a big challenge for you going into training camp, or have these players really answered in a positive manner?
All these players are excellent in a positive manner. I mean, they've been great. We have no problem. The kids wanted to win. They want to win, so that's why they want to come together. They come together. They know they're going to win.
Do you feel that's an advantage for you guys now that you're merging two schools into one? You get the best of the best out there in both schools?
No, because we're still smaller than the Marion Centers, the Cambria Heights, the Northern Cambria, so we're right in the same numbers with them, so we ain't no bigger, no smaller. We're right there.
Now, one of the things, not too much has been exposed about the River Valley Panthers that's coming up this season. I don't even have a roster for you guys yet, so there's a lot of secrets. Take us through the landscape of how the team's going to look, both on offense and defense this season.
On defense, we're going to play fast, physical to the ball. Offense, we're going to be a power running game, and we'll be able to open it up, too, a little bit.
How's the aerial game for you guys?
I think we'll be pretty good with the athletes we got and the quarterback we got, so I think we'll be pretty good.
Any developed starters or any estimated starters, or are you still working through the kinks on that?
Still working through the kinks on that. We won't name those starters till after camp, keeping it fair the whole way across the board. So.
Now you said 53 players on the roster, correct?
Yes, 53 players.
How many of those are upperclassmen versus younger classmen?
We got 12 seniors and 14 juniors.
That's a good leadership program, especially for a brand new school.
And yeah, definitely. Then all the seniors and juniors, most of them played last year, so they all have playing time, starting experience. So I think we're ahead of the schedule on that.
Now you brought three of your guys with you. Tell us who exactly that we'll be talking to. We'll talk to them in just a little bit, but who exactly did you bring, and what are their big attributes that you bring this season?
Sincere McFarland, he'll be one of our tailbacks, and one of our linebackers, just fast and smart. Very good with the ball, and he can hit the home run if you have to. Our other one be Braden Stats. He's one of the ones competing for quarterback. He'll be playing linebacker also. The other one be wide receiver Hank Skirball, and he's also a free safety.
Now you guys face off against the United Lions, which ironically we're filming from in a few weeks. Luckily, it's a home game. You start off a brand new season with a brand new campaign on your own home field. Just what's the overall feeling of that, knowing that in your inaugural game, in your inaugural season as a head coach, that you get to start at home?
Oh, that's very exciting, start on my own home turf. And these kids are fired up. We're going to have them ready to go. We're coming out full throttle.
Now, the kids responded well with maybe COVID protocols that are in place. I know we're sort of at the tail end of it, but have they responded positively to that in camp?
Yeah, so far, everything's the no mask policy just on the buses, so everything's been great so far, so let's hope it keeps going like this.
One of the most untalked about things that I think a lot of people miss is the special teams, and kicking. High school's not really known for that, but how's River Valley been responding to developing that special teams? Because that's more one of the underrated factors for high school football.
For us, with the number of kids we got on the team, our special teams is going to be a big part of this. With solid athletes that actually started on offense and defense, some of them are going to be starting on special teams this year. So that's going to be a plus in our situation. So I think it's going to be a big aspect for us.
Now, do you sort of let the kids sort of call their own plays, or do you trust more of your coordinators to call that, especially with the new merging of both rosters? Do you let the kids sort of try to command the game themselves, or do you let your coaches sort of guide them through that?
I have my coaches. I have a great coaching staff I put together, and our coaches be calling all the formations and all the plays.
Who are some of your assistants?
We got Jim Mann, Glenn Richards, Abditori, Tim Fresnetti, Bill Petro, Ben Furman, and Pete Moorscheid.
Yeah, a very solid crew with you guys this season. So
a lot of talent on the coaching staff and a lot of years of experience. So, and like as I said, with Glenn, Tim, Abby, and Mr. Mann, those guys are the ones that started this big rival. So I figured I'd get them together. I think we could put this thing together and have everybody else come together as a team. So.
Now, a few newcomers to the Heritage Conference this season, Cambria Heights being one of them. Northern Cambria has been a returnee to the Heritage Conference, but at the same time, they're still a little bit more toward Cambria County way. What's your overall view of these new teams that are coming in? How are you guys going to approach them, especially with new competition?
Well, Cambria Heights, I know they're always big and fast. I played them at the midget levels a couple of years, and they're always big kids up there. So I'm excited getting to play them. In Cambria Heights, we've been playing them for a couple of years now. So, I mean, Northern Cambria. So I think it'll be interesting every time. This year we travel to Northern Cambria, and it's always tough to play up there. So it'll be interesting.
Yep, and we'll be right on the road with you, Coach. And we look forward to talking to you guys as you kick off your season in a few weeks against United. Any final thoughts for the hometown crowd?
Just excited to come out and support us on the 27th.
That's right. Come out and support the newly formed River Valley Panthers as they take on United at Memorial Stadium later this month. A reminder, our interview with Coach Houser brought to you by IRMC at Chestnut Ridge. Better health, better life. The Chestnut Ridge off Old Route 22 in Blairsville next to the Chestnut Ridge Golf Resort and Conference Center, serving southern Indiana, Westmoreland, and Cambria counties since 2009. For your hometown radio station, along with Coach Jess Houser, I'm Jake Slebodnick.